Paul says in the book of 1 Corinthians in chapter 10 that all of these things that happened to God's people in the Old Testament were messages to us upon whom the ends of the world have come. And they're there for our instruction. In the Old Testament, they were living at a time when battle was ahead of them. And the battle that they were considering entering into, they were going to lose. There was no strength in them. They weren't walking in truth. There was a king of Israel called Ahab, and he was a man who had come to the point where his ears were now closed. God couldn't speak to him. He had had sporadic minor awakenings along the way, but ultimately he would always cower down and go back to a lie, even though he knew somewhat what the truth was. But he had come to the point now where he was so mixed that truth could no longer be spoken to this man. Tragically, I've seen that in my lifetime. I've seen people live in mixture. I've had them sit before me, and a darkness had come into their minds, and they could not be reached with truth anymore. It's a scary thing when you see that. When the Bible talks in the book of Romans chapter 1 of handling the truth of God unrighteously, not holding to it, not embracing it, not letting the truth of God begin to challenge and change our hearts. And God then releasing that type of a person to what their heart really wants. And they end up with a twisted view of God. And even though you read clearly Scripture, they can't hear it anymore. They can't see it, can't embrace it, can't understand it. It is a fearful thing to see people who have come into that kind of a place.